we locked up our crank. Okay, that's not very good. I didn't check that before I did all the torquing. Now the crank might be not true anymore. Probably not. So, we have a locked up crank. Why did it lock up? And what caused it to lock up is the big question. Something ran out of clearance, obviously. Alright, so that was very unexpected. That's why I wasn't really checking anything. Can't remember the last time I had that happen before, but it's been a while. So what is binding up? Alright. Do some obvious checking here to try to see what's going on. I can see this is sticking out pretty far out. It's past the snap ring is, or the washer's past the race, which is usually inside the race. The rod looks pretty centered up. There's our end play for that one. That one's about half what the other one is, which is normal. It looks like it's pretty centered up, so can't see down in there, see if anything's hitting. Looks like there's a pretty good gap on that side because that shaft was sucked in further. It pulls the flywheel more this way, but it doesn't look like it's really pulled over. This side's got a gap. It's pretty close on the right, but it's not too bad. There's the crank pin nut right there. It doesn't look like the crank pin nut is hitting anything. It looks like it's got a pretty good gap. So what is it hitting on? It's an OD issue. Don't know why it would be. Yeah, these are all unknown things. See? I mean, it looks good, but it's obviously not. Okay, so we're going to start loosening things up a little bit and see when we start getting movement. Okay, now we got our movement back. All the bolts are loose, that's why. So I tighten up just enough to make it drag. So that's enough to make a drag mark in there when I pull it apart. What I don't see is any drag marks on the outside of the flywheels. See out here, it doesn't look too bad. It's a few drag marks here, but I think those are in there already for me working on it, but you can see how there's drag marks all through here. But when I'm assembling the flywheels in the press, you get marks. Those marks right here from the flywheel assembly. So it's hitting right there. So the crank pin nut's way down here, so it's not anywhere where it would normally hit anything. Locks right there. Looks like there's a gap in there, not much, but it doesn't take much. Yeah. Definitely hitting on something. Something ain't happy. Not at all. Looks like more work to do. Okay, so pull the right side off and see what kind of mark we got. And I can think about it all night instead of sleep. See what I think it's going to take to fix it. I already know what it's going to take to fix it. You got to cut the part that's hitting off, whatever that is. Well, this hardware works pretty nice. Right it up, not dragging. Good threads, good hardware, nice. Okay. Hit right here, doesn't hurt anything. Pops it off the dowels. Pull that one up though. Nothing really much to hit on this side to make it come up. You gotta hit this one down. Yeah, it's in there pretty good. There it goes. Okay, where's my tool at? Actually, can't use that right now. Okay, unexpected there. Okay, so this side, got Got a lot of clearance in there, as we can tell. There's your close spot right there to where your oil scraper is, and it looks like it's good. See a couple of drag marks right here, see? Just right up in here. And over here, see where it's hitting. Which is really, really surprising because the flywheel should be sitting more that way because of the taper. It's sucked way over that way. It should have pulled everything over. I cut probably 50 thou on that flywheel and it's almost all gone, so I moved it over 40 thousandths. And why do we have that problem? Now the crank pin has a lot of inplay in it here, see right here? So this Jim's crank pin is made a little bit longer than it should be, I'm guessing. And that's what's causing the problem. Sticks out too far. And these cases have been welded a lot and they've been machined, so they probably got cut 20 or 30 thou also in the overall width. So we wind up being negative clearance right here. So all I can do is go in here and cut this here away a little bit. We are negative at least 5 right now, and we need to cut more away. So I got two options. I can cut the case away because the case is too thin, or I can cut the flywheel down, which really ain't going to affect anything because the balance won't be affected because it's a full circle all the way around. And it doesn't weaken the case any, it doesn't weaken the flywheel, it doesn't do anything. Versus this, to cut this out, I'm going to weaken things down, and this whole section here would have to be clearance to the width of the flywheel, which is rubbing right there. So that's going to weaken that whole area. So I think on this one it's better to cut the flywheel down and do that way than do the other way. And how are we going to do that? I don't know yet. The easiest thing is to take the flywheel apart. Take the whole damn crank apart and start over. It'd be the easiest, but it's nice and true. We don't know how true it is right now because we played with it, but oh well. It is what it is. So, one thing you don't want to do is take a grinder out and grind the piss out of it. That'd be a big mess. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and press the crank out of there, and tomorrow I'll decide if I want to take the whole flywheel apart or do something else. Try to machine it, which I could probably machine it in a lathe and not be too bad of a mess. Hold it off the sprocket side over there, and I can probably turn it adequately. I'm doing just clearance, so it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. So that's probably the easier way to do it. But we'll see. Alright, I'll think about it. But for now, I think that's probably the best. But obviously it's hitting right down there. And it's too close. Alright, that's it for that.